Hey yo, what is up guys? It is me, DPX here, reviewing today Castlevania Season 4. I recently made a video about all 3 Castlevania seasons, so it's sort of like a late review, I guess, a ranking of the 3 seasons, so go watch that. And also, this is a spoiler review. These shows, these seasons, are kind of hard to review without giving spoilers, so it's a spoiler review, so there's your warning. Anyways, before we get started, you know what to do. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the video, hit the bell, and leave a comment, and you'll be a subscriber. So Castlevania Season 4 takes place, you know, pretty soon after Season 3 did, like 6 weeks. The first episode was, you know, basically just showing different weeks of Trevor and Sypha on their journey, you know. And I want to say, this season was really good. I really liked it. This season, of course, it brings the series full circle, you know. This, I can officially now say, this Castlevania is one of Netflix's better shows. And there's a lot that they had to wrap up, you know, as you do for every series, you know, when you have a final season. This is the final season, by the way. But there are spin-offs that were announced. And to be honest, like, there's so much more you can do. I mean, this current story, the way things were concluded, fine, conclude that. But, like, you know, there's still so much you can do. And it even sets up things, you know, there's things they set up. And I'll get into that. But it put a nice bow. It tied all the knots, all the loose ends that this show had. And I like that. I really like that. Not all shows stick the landing on their finales, you know. I mean, this show had the benefit of being, you know, 4 seasons long, and sure, a show this consistently good could have gone a little longer, but it's better that this show ends like after 4 seasons while being good than it overstaying its welcome. Many shows do that. This show didn't do that. It even gets compared to Game of Thrones, I guess, in the way that, like, I guess with the setting and everything, like, it's like an animated Game of Thrones, but the difference is, I guess, this ended a lot better than that did. Whew. I mean, I didn't even watch Game of Thrones, but I trust me, I know. And one complaint I had with Season 3, and I really liked a lot of people didn't like Season 3, but I think that I still haven't made my decision yet. I think that might have been my favorite season. But one thing I didn't like about Season 3 was it kind of felt like our 3 main characters, I'd say they're the 3 main characters, Trevor, Sypha, and Alucard, were kind of pushed off to the sides. And especially how things concluded with Alucard in Season 3. It was cool, but with, like, Taka and Sumi, like, just how they tried to kill him was why. And I'll say Trevor and Sypha do a lot. This season is their season. Season 3 didn't feel like their show. It felt more like Isaac's show. I'll get into him in a little bit. It felt more like Hector's show. I'll get into him in a little bit. And it was good. It was entertaining. But Trevor and Sypha, I feel like, are the heart of the show because they're the main characters. And we get more of them. We get to see, I feel like we get to see them the most as a couple here. Like, they've pretty much been a couple since the finale of Season 2, but we get to see their, you know, we get to see their relationship more. Interesting, we never see them, like, kiss or anything like that. Like, we definitely, in Season 3, there are a few times where we've seen them, like, sleeping with each other, but that's it. And I mean literally, like, in the bed, not like they're asleep in bed, in the same bed, not like actually, you know. Alucard, he was interesting throughout this whole show, I will say, because you introduced him at the end of Season 1, and I like that. He was sort of like a mid-game boss or whatever. I guess he's the equivalent to that. And Wait, just a second. This show is a Castlevania game with like 4 worlds or whatever. The boss of the first world being the first season was Alucard. The boss for the second world being the second season was Dracula. The boss for the third world or the third season was like the Infinite Corridor thing. And the boss for the fourth and final world, which was the fourth and final season, was Death. We'll get into that. But Alucard, sorry, I got sidetracked. I just wanted to say that. Alucard, you introduced him at the end of season 1. Then you had him as a regular with Trevor and Sypha in season 2. And then he was off doing his own little thing in season 3, sort of depressed. And then he meets Taka and Sumi and all that happens. And then season 4, he lightens up a little bit. And I like this arc for him. As but by itself, what he did in this season, he didn't do too much in this season, it didn't feel like. And it was kind of weird. It's strange, because like, by the end of season 3, when he had Taka and Sumi like staked outside his castle, I sort of interpreted that as like nobody is allowed to come. But obviously by the end of the season, the 4th season, yeah, he's open to people coming by. But I mean, it seemed like he kind of had a change of heart a little too soon. Again, that was my interpretation of it, that no one is allowed. He never said that or anything. I also want to bring up Isaac. I think Isaac was the heart of season 3. I think Isaac's journey was the best part of season 3, because I was really invested in it. He was trying to avenge Dracula, trying to complete his quest to kill humans, and then wants to bring back Dracula. And he goes to Hector and Lenore, and Hector is just Lenore's slave at this point, but he's been plotting his escape for a little bit, and he talks to Hector, he talks to Lenore, and he changes his mind. He goes like, Dracula deserved his rest. This weird thing though, this is weird, they didn't like, I think that was like the 7th or 8th episode, I don't remember, it was one of those 2. Isaac sort of just disappeared. He didn't appear in the rest of the season. He popped up there. I say he popped up there like he just appeared there. No, he didn't. He was in the season a lot before that. But he changed his mind in that one episode. He was just never there again. And that was all about like Hector, Lenore, Isaac, Carmilla. That one episode was all about them. To my memory, I don't think Trevor, Sypha, Alucard, any of them were in that episode once. That fight with Isaac and Carmilla, I thought was awesome. That was actually a lot of fun. The fights in this show are very entertaining, and we get to hear sort of Carmilla's, motives, like why she wants to do what she's doing, why she wants conquest, and she's a bit sexist. She says like, I'm tired of being controlled by stupid old men, we get to hear her, and you also see like, Striga, Miranda, and Lenore, her sisters, all kind of disagree with her, and they're all indifferent. Striga and Miranda, who I don't think did a whole lot this entire show, to be honest, but we did actually get some development, and interesting development. Not a lot of development, but I'd say interesting development with Striga and Miranda, which, by the way, I have no idea. Are they like sisters? I want to like ask this, because they seem to have like a lesbian relationship here, which is good, which is cool. But I'm like, are they sisters? Because they're supposed to be sisters of Carmilla, but then but they have sort of like a lesbian relationship. I really hope this isn't incest. Maybe sisters. It also includes like sister-in-law, maybe. That's what I'm assuming. All right. Anyways, you see them away from Carmilla and her castle, and they come back to see that Carmilla, her castle was destroyed and she's probably dead. And instead of seeking revenge, they go off and do their own thing, because you know they're free from the control of Carmilla. And Lenore, I like the arc Lenore had. She was like, of the three sisters, she was definitely my favorite, just because she's like by default. Huh? Like, what did the other two do? Anyways, though, she like leaves the she sees the light, you know, she sees the sun and everything, and you know, there's more to it than that, and she just, so Thanos snaps herself out of existence, I guess. Also, Hector, again, Hector was one of the more interesting parts of the third season. This fourth season, it's weird because he was definitely interesting, you know. It was interesting to see where it went from season 3, where he was made into a slave, pretty much. How he would deal with that. I didn't think this season 4 was going to end with him still being the slave, and it didn't. But I don't really know what to say about Hector, to be honest. I guess he made up with Isaac, which was cool. And him and Lenore, they don't have like a sexual relationship, but there's a little sexual tension, to put it that way. And also, Death. Death was here. We got to see Death, and he was, like I said, the final boss. And that climax in the penultimate episode, that's another, it did this again. Season 2 had like the penultimate episode be the final battle, and then the finale was like an epilogue, I guess. This season did that too, which I always find weird. I found that weird. But the epic climax in the penultimate episode was really, really fun. And we actually hear Trevor saying to Sypha, "I love you." So like that's what I mean. Like their relationship is more clear in this than it is in any other season. And then we find out in the finale, Sypha is pregnant, and many people are saying it's Simon. I don't know if I could be wrong. Like I love the Castlevania games, but I don't know too much about the lore, to be honest. Is Simon like? Is Simon the son of Trevor? Because I know it's stated that Trevor's like an ancestor to Simon, but if he's Simon's father, why would you refer to him as an ancestor? Because like, why not just say father? Also, ancestor implies that they're not father-son. They're a little further from each other in the family tree. I looked at this one family tree video. I don't remember what video it was. Maybe I'll link it if I find it. But I looked at this one family tree video, and apparently I think Christopher Belmont. I think he was the playable character from the Game Boy games. Christopher Belmont is the son of Trevor. I don't know what timeline this is gonna be. You know. I don't know what timeline this is going to be. Maybe this is a different timeline. Maybe someone else from a different Belmont is going to be the son of Trevor. Maybe they make a brand new character. I don't think they should do that. I think they should go with a character like Simon or Christopher Belmont if he is, or I don't know. In that regard, they should stay as true as possible. So either Simon or Christopher. I don't know. And it opens the door. You know, I said this tied up every loose end, but it also opened, like, it didn't make it so that you can't do any more, you can't explore this world. It left that one door open. You know, there are many possible spin-offs. It was announced that there are going to be spin-offs here. And there are many possible spin-offs you could do with this. show. You know, there's way too much to this show, I feel, to just call it quits here. Like, this show, this season tied things up great. I think, you know, Castlevania, this current Castlevania series is good to end now. But, like, they should definitely do a sequel series. They should definitely do spin-offs. Definitely, like, focus on some of the side characters. Focus on, ooh, I didn't even mention Saint Germain. He becomes a way more interesting character in this. You know, I feel like there's an interesting spin-off you can do with him. And Varney seemed interesting. I think it's worth mentioning that he was voiced by Malcolm McDowell, which is cool. And yeah, there's a lot to love about this season, and there's a lot they can do moving forward with, like, spin-offs and stuff. In conclusion, Castlevania Season 4 puts a nice bow on Castlevania, the series, and I think this is an unpopular opinion, but I think this show got better and better with each season. And I think it still did with Season 4. I think Season 4 is the best season. So, that being said, I give Castlevania Season 4 a 9 out of 10. A few weird things, you know, of course I don't understand why you have the penultimate episode be the big epic climax, and then the finale be a sort of an epilogue. I will say, I didn't mention this, I said when I talked about Season 2 in the video, I said, like, the finale had a lot that, I don't know, it didn't need to be, like, they probably could have fit the penultimate episode and the finale into one. This one, the finale was, like, busy enough, but still, it was weird. And also, Isaac just disappeared after, like, he changed his mind. But there is still a lot to love, and I think you should all watch Castlevania, the series, if you haven't already. And if you haven't, I don't know why you stuck around watching my review, because I spoiled basically everything. So, that's my review for Castlevania Season 4. What do you guys think? Did you see it? Did you not see it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? If you haven't seen it, do you want to see it, or do you not want to see it? Anything about the show, let me know down below. It just flows like that. Wow, look at that. Okay, anyways, I gotta go. I'm gonna be going crazy if I keep trying to rap like that. Anyways, be sure to like this video, come subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.